How did a death toll of 64 suddenly become 2,075? This isn't a math problem. This is the tragic story of Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, and how the world was told a lie. On September 20th, 2017, Hurricane Maria, a catastrophic Category 4 storm, slammed into Puerto Rico. The devastation was immediate and absolute. The power grid was destroyed, leaving 3.4 million people in the dark. Homes were flattened. Roads were washed away. Communication was cut off. In the immediate aftermath, the official death toll reported by the government was shockingly low. For months, they stuck to the number 64, just 64 people. This figure was based only on direct deaths, people who drowned in floodwaters or were killed by collapsing buildings, with hurricane listed right on their death certificate. But anyone on the island or anyone with family there knew this couldn't be right. We heard stories of people dying because they couldn't get dialysis, grandparents passing away in the sweltering heat because their oxygen machines had no power, patients who couldn't reach a hospital because the roads were impassable. These weren't direct deaths, but were they any less a result of the hurricane? No, the media, local journalists, and researchers started digging. The New England Journal of Medicine published a study led by Harvard researchers in May 2018. They surveyed households directly and came back with a bombshell estimate: over 4,600 deaths. The number was so high, so drastically different from the official count, that it caused a massive public outcry. The Puerto Rican government, facing immense pressure, finally commissioned its own independent study from George Washington University's Milken Institute School of Public Health. Their researchers conducted what's called an excess mortality study. Here's how it works. They looked at the death rates in Puerto Rico for the same time period in previous years, establishing a baseline of how many people would normally be expected to die. Then they compared that baseline to the actual number of deaths that occurred in the months after. Maria hit from September 2017 to February 2018. The difference between the expected number and the actual number is the excess deaths, the lives lost due to the storm and its chaotic aftermath. The GWU study's conclusion was staggering and heartbreaking. They estimated that 2,975 excess deaths occurred. It wasn't just 64. It was nearly 3,000 people, men, women, and children who died because the island's infrastructure completely failed them. The study showed that the risk of dying was 45% higher for those living in the poorest towns. So why does the methodology matter so much? Because counting only direct deaths completely misses the real human cost of a disaster. It ignores the collapse of the healthcare system, the lack of power, the scarcity of clean water. It paints a false picture of the crisis. Faced with this undeniable scientific evidence from their own commissioned study,